never knew what was coming next. He did what he believed in and what caught his fancy. And in a world where everybody's trying to think out what will sell, this was an incredibly bold approach. I have my fondest memory of him from Live Aid, and I interviewed him after he'd given his very commanding performance. And in his enthusiasm, he said, we should do this every year. He was so generous that he wanted to give and keep on giving, and I'll always remember that.
Well, David Bowie, remembered by Paul Gambaccini. After the break, we're going to talk about Bowie, the actor.
Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. 10. Ground control to Major Tom.
David Bowie has died at the age of 69. That news released just a couple of hours ago here on Sky News by his publicist Steve Martin, and confirmed by his family. He died after an 18-month battle with cancer, surrounded by family and friends. All morning we've been talking about David Bowie, the singer. And Jackie, you were at great pains to point out he was just so much more than a singer. He was an overall performer.
Yeah, it was all about the art. You know, it was about the video, it was about the acting, it was about the words, the song, the image. It was just the whole package, which not many artists can claim to be.
Yeah, and now we're going to talk about David Bowie, the actor, as well. Larishka Ivanzadeh joins us now to talk about that. How good or bad, or where did he leave his mark in the acting world?
Well, I mean, I think he's the sort of artist that you were saying, the image. You can't really think of his music without having images in your head, without thinking of the picture, the visuals. And I think when you think of him adopting all these different personas, it was very much the idea of adopting a character. It was more than just putting on a coat or changing his hair. It was an entire persona that he was adopting. In a sense, he was acting the whole time. And when you think of him as an actor, it's undeniable he has that look, doesn't he? I mean, he has got those different coloured eyes, he's got those cheekbones. I mean, you would never, he's not the sort of person who's going to melt into a crowd in a film. So you had to cast him in a particular way to make him effective.
Now, he took that look that you're talking about to the maximum in a film. The year is 1986. It is The Labyrinth, and he is the Goblin King.
Yeah, Jareth the Goblin King.
Let's have a look at this.
You remind me of the babe. Babe with the power.
What power?
Power of voodoo.
Voodoo?
You do.
What?
Remind me of the babe. Quiet! A goblin babe. Well... I saw my baby crying hard as babe could cry. What could I do? My baby's love had gone and left my baby blue. Nobody knew what kind of magic spell to use. Slime and snails, or puppy dog's tail, thunder or light. And baby said, dance, magic dance, dance, magic dance.
That's typecasting, isn't it?
And the rock star hair and everything. And I think people remember him also from things like The Man Who Fell to Earth, the Nicholas Roeg film, where he plays an alien. I think directors obviously wanted to capitalise on that sort of rock star alien look that he had. But he also made sort of more what we call, I suppose, a straight role, like Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence in the 80s, where he plays a British officer in a Japanese prisoner of war camp. And also things like he played Pontius Pilate in The Last Temptation of Christ. I mean, he's actually, when you look down at how many films he's made, there's a considerable body of work there.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't mentioned SpongeBob SquarePants.
His later, greater role, yes.
Yeah, a guest, but he was a voice, obviously, in SpongeBob.
He's the narrator in The Snowman.
Was he?
Yeah, apparently.
Ah.
Amazing.
Well, the clip we're now going to see is from another 1986 film, and this is Absolute Beginners.
That's directed by Julian Temple. It's sort of rock musical, very much casting him in that sort of, again, the rock star mould. But it was, you know, released the same year as Labyrinth. That was when his main body of work as an actor was, in the 80s, when he was sort of playing around with his different sort of ideas of, yeah, the wider sense of, am I a musician, am I an actor? It's just that kind of fluidity which we saw.
Let's have a look.
want to move in round here?
Trouble.
We don't want the black soldiers! Yellow, red, brown, or blue. Keep Britain white!
I'm not sure where he was in that, Lushka. Maybe the lips were his earlier on, but I'm not sure I'm going to go out and order that one, really.
I don't think it did that well. I remember in the 80s, I think it was Patsy Kensett's kind of breakout.
It's so of its time, isn't it? But he continued acting right until I think 2006. He was in The Prestige, the Christopher Nolan film, directed by the director of Batman, where he plays Nikolai Tesla, this kind of amazing genius inventor. And that sort of harnessed both. He sort of looked extraordinary in it and otherworldly and alien, but yet it was a straight acting role. It was proper, respected within the industry.
It is a sad day. We look at the record in single terms: 5 UK number ones, 61 top 40s, 13 weeks at number 1, 336 weeks in the top 40.
13 straight top albums.
13
straight top albums.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I think the word legend just about encapsulates it. But David Bowie, musical legend, he has died today at the age of 69. That's your sunrise on this Monday morning. We leave you with what we remember the man himself most for, his music.
A very good morning. You're watching Sky News.
The top stories this morning.
Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on.
David Bowie dies after an 18-month battle with cancer.
Look up here, I'm in heaven. I've got scars that can't be seen.
The 69-year-old music legend passed away peacefully, surrounded by his loved ones 2 days after the release of his latest album.
Well, tributes pour in for him. Simple Minds' Jim Kerr says it's difficult to imagine a world without the presence of David Bowie, a fan forever.
Well, the latest reaction to the death of a man who redefined modern music. Hello there. Our breaking news then this morning. Music legend David Bowie has died. The singer, who was diagnosed with cancer 18 months ago, died surrounded by his loved ones. A statement on his Facebook page said.
Well, it said David Bowie's son, Duncan Jones, has also led tributes to his father, saying, "Very sorry and sad to say it's true. I'll be offline for a while. Love to all." Sky's Ian Woods reports on the extraordinary career of the man who changed music.
David Bowie's new single, released just days before his death. Reviewers had already commented how the video was disturbing. Now we know he died after an 18-month battle with cancer. The lyrics take on new significance.
Look up here, I'm in heaven.